All right, we are back here, Lakeland, Florida, at the Fantasy of Flight. This is the 2011 PSP World Cup. I'm Matty Marshall, and I'm joined up here with world champion Davey Williamson, recently retired, coming back to give us his knowledge on the game. We were about to watch Russia, Boston Red Legion throw down against San Antonio X Factor. Davey, what do you think about this matchup?
I think it's a good matchup. Obviously, Russians are world-renowned.
Yep.
Fantastic team. They won this last year, I believe. You got X Factor, who put the band back together.
Yep, they did.
So you got all the Texas boys. Everything's bigger in Texas, except they look like a bunch of little people out there.
Well, we are kind of high in the air right now.
And it's cold up here, folks.
Yes, it's cold. So,
now, this should be good. I think X Factor, they give you a different look every time. You know, the Russians are going to give you the same kind of machine-like look. Little J-Rabs with a little bit of splash.
Yep.
But the rest of them are kind of just due diligent to their job.
Yep.
You know, and X Factor is kind of throw that wild card in there.
Yeah, it should be an interesting matchup. I mean, you know, X Factor yesterday, they got beat by Damage, but Damage is playing great. I mean, they're definitely one of the favorites to win this event. Also, Dynasty 7-0'd, Vicious, and 7-0'd Uprising.
But Dynasty's got to play somebody.
Yeah.
No offense to Vicious and Uprising, but they got to play somebody today and see.
Yeah, Damage is, you know, playing some solid teams, and Damage beat, you know, Infamous. They beat X Factor. They beat Nexus this morning real bad, 7-1. So they look great. Now, again, but X Factor, yeah, they put the band back together. You know, when they were doing really well a couple years ago, and they were a force to be reckoned with, they played with that, like, reckless, in-your-face, heavy gunfighting style.
Trying to prove themselves.
Yeah, trying to prove themselves. And I think that for them to have success again, they're going to need to find that aggressive mode that they had before, especially with a team like, you know, the Russians. When you have a Russians, like, the way to beat the Russians is, like, you know, you played on Dynasty for years, played on Excitement. You played against these guys more than anyone else has, really. And you have to come at them, you know, and you really got to, like, meet the Russians. You can't let them start to get in their groove.
Well, I think they do one of the best jobs of, like, forward scouting, kind of knowing what you're going to do.
Yeah.
So you really need to be kind of unpredictable for them. That's what gets them off. You need to get to a quick lead. You cannot get down against these guys, because if you get down, they're going to grind you and wear you down, because then you're going to have to force your hand, and that's not what you want to do against the Russians.
Yeah.
X Factor, I think, fell into the lull. The first year they came out, they were doing fantastic, you know, kind of just not really knowing anybody, kind of on the scene. Then they started meeting people and kind of fell into that cool guy little. And all of a sudden,
that's an interesting point.
Next thing you know, they're all hanging out with everybody and getting worse. And then they all break up, and now they're back together. Maybe they realize, hey, let's just have our own little clique.
Our own crew, yeah.
And do well. Because they seem to be doing pretty well this event, you know?
Yeah, you know, and the thing is, I think that I really hope they stay together, because there's some talented guys on that team, man. I mean, you know, they really have a talented squad. So I think if they are able to stay together and work and grind hard, play some other pro teams for practice, I think that's a big key. They're in Texas. There's not any other pro teams out there. So they really have to, like, go to meet guys or have guys come to them.
Right.
That's going to be key for them moving forward. But I really hope they stay at it, because I think they could find success if they get that back, you know?
Right. But the thing with having your own, like, kind of state like that is you only practice yourself and you get more in a clique with each other. You got 10 seconds here before the...
About to start this match. All right, you are looking at X Factor on your screen right now. Let's see what sort of breakout they have here, and only keep one in that back center. And you're looking at Colt Roberts on your screen right now, and that's Archie Montemero. Oh, Colt catches one immediately.
Archie played that blind pretty well, just out there for a little bit. The Russians just kept one in the back center and got to all 5 spots, though.
Yeah, they have 5 bodies alive. X Factor only 4, though.
X Factor's in Dorito 1 already, too.
Yeah, better field position for X Factor over in Dorito 1, and it looks like all back spots right now for the Russians.
This is what I'm telling you. The Russians feel you out. They're going to play these first couple points. They don't care if they lose these first. They want to know what you're going to do.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point, Davey, because, look at them. I mean, they're on their knees. Okay, now a move's being made. I think that's Kirill over there on the Dorito side.
Shattering paint. That guy in the tent side is just shat. Not a ball's coming out of his gun.
Yeah, well, the thing is and we had Rab up here, you know, who works for GI, and the thing is, it's tough for the paint manufacturers, because when they build paint for Florida, how is it normally here, right? It's hot and humid, right? So now it's cold and not humid, which is the complete opposite conditions they created the paint for.
No one brought sweatshirts to sell, but everyone wants sweatshirts. Well, the Russians just lost their guy on the tape over there, so it's 4-on-4 now.
Archie's in a good spot here in Snake 1.
I think Archie's
trying to move.
X Factor to lose this point is going to have to blow it. Really, they've got all the spots.
Yeah.
Their paint's coming out of their gun.
And now into, looks like Matt Blonsky.
He should get him. Oh, how do you miss him?
So Archie shooting cross field. Oh, look at this. They lose Cohen out of Dorito 1 over there.
You can't die like that. Like right then when him and Archie are working, you got to let these guys get up behind you. You can't lose that fight right there.
Yeah, it's a key thing. We always talk about that. You're the first guy in, man. Just chill out a little bit. You know, take a deep breath. You played first guy in for years.
Yeah, you got to let him shoot at you.
Yeah, let him shoot at you.
Let my friends shoot them in the gun.
Yeah, exactly. They're shooting at me. They're not shooting at my back guy.
So now you've got it. It's even. It's back to exactly even. In fact, I would give the Russians the advantage now.
Yeah.
Because they kind of know what you're trying to do. You've kind of showed your hand, and now they can kind of figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much it's identical field position, except that
that one Russian guy doesn't look like he's going to move at all.
No.
Like, that's his job, is just to stay there.
Yeah,
How Brett got into that Dorito with him there, I don't know.
Yeah, so Archie's trying to do work in Snake 1 here, trying to shoot cross field. He did look like he wanted to move up the field briefly.
I think he should really try and force that because he can get up there.
Oh,
nice snapshot.
Who was that?
That was Archie. It had to be.
No, it wasn't Archie. It was his back guy. Was that...
I'm pretty sure his back guy was looking in when Archie snapshot out.
Yeah, it was a nice move there. So now Russians just have this back corner Dorito over here on the Snake side of the field, and Archie is starting to chop down that Dorito side.
So this back guy for the Russians needs to stay alive. Like, he needs to make sure that he does not die in some silly way.
Yeah, because he's the only guy over here right now, and he's looking at 2 bodies for X Factor.
You see how he's playing this, though? He's smart. He's like, I'm not going to give you an easy kill. You're going to have to come get me out of this spot.
Yeah.
While my 2 guys over here have a chance.
Yeah, and he's just chilling in there. It's not, I mean, that's not the greatest spot, especially when you're looking at multiple bodies coming from the different angles. Archie's in a great spot. He's got the whole Snake 50 to work with right here, and he has a back guy who can just basically, not let the Russian player play paintball back there.
Right. The Russians are in a really weird predicament.
That's Fedorov back there, too.
Isn't that Malloy?
No, Malloy's
they all look the
tiny
same.
size.
Russian.
he's tiny sized.
That's definitely Mishka over there.
Yeah, it's definitely Mishka and Dorito 1 for the Russians. Opposite side of the field. You're looking at, that's Archie Montemayor on your screen right now, and he's trying to get a shot. He's in a gunfight right now with Mishka.
I don't know what the guy in the tower for the Russians is really battling. He's been locked that way the whole time. There's only one guy for X Factor on that side.
Mean, it's like he's trying to watch. It's like he's playing like Mishka's in the 50 Dorito.
Yeah, and the guy's right in front of him.
Yeah, he's right in front of him. He doesn't necessarily need to watch over him right now.
It's almost like he should switch. I guess he can't because that other tower's in the way, so he can't see the Snake guy.
Oh, and Archie gets clipped over that.
Big mistake.
Yeah, that was
huge.
That was bad death.
Yeah. Now this guy's gonna.
That's 2 bad deaths for X Factor at this point.
They should be. So now this is a 50-yard gap. He just shot him.
Oh, and Devin Odell gets smoked over there. And I think it's just his brother, Dusty Odell, left in this back insert bunker right behind the Snake.
Sure, we'll be able to see that red beanie in a second here.
Yeah, and he's going to get run down. So, yeah, it is Fedorov, and it looks like Pantalev. Yeah, so Pantalev and Fedorov are going to make short work of Dusty Odell. And, that could have been X Factor's point very easily.
Should have been. That's one you gave away. You look back and you're like, we should have won the first point of the game.
Yeah.
And like I said, you don't want to get behind on these guys, especially when they just waited you out.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good point. They should have won that point, absolutely. I mean, they had the position. They had 2 bad deaths. Archie looked like he was doing work in here, but then, you can't be perfect all the time, but you need to at least, when you're in that important spot, try not to lose your gunfights. And they lost 2. They had Brett Cohen getting shot over there at a Dorito 1, and then they lose Archie. So they were in the driver's seat. Now they go down 1-0 against the Russians, and like you were saying, you don't want to go down to these guys.
And the thing is, like, I'm not going to put all the blame on Archie right here. His back guy is Devin, or Dusty, needed to come up. He was doing, I mean, this guy is obviously not fighting you. He's got 2 on, so now Archie's in a 50-50 battle with that Dorito guy, In the Snake, any ball can come over and hit you.
Yep.
And you know as well, anybody playing this Snake ever knows a ball can just clip you.
Yeah.
But you can't be this far away from your guy. He could have came into that Aztec, come into the Snake with him. This guy's not going to run 40 yards to get you.
No.
It's like, you need to come up. You leave Archie out here to do all the work, and then he dies. You're like, oh, shit. Now I'll move into this thing?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, too. Hey, first point of the day. It is cold out here, trying to get that momentum, get the blood flowing. Now, again, no excuse. You need to come in smashing immediately, especially at this level of play here in the World Cup. So we got ourselves about a minute to go here before the start of this next point. And let's see what X Factor, again, they looked awesome in the very beginning of that point, but they just threw it away. And again, the Russians are one of those teams, and you're looking at X Factor on your screen right now. But it's one of those things that it's like the Russians are going to take every inch that you give them. They're very methodical, they're a team that will take advantage of mistakes.
Right. Well, see, I'd like to see what the Russians do in this breakout, see if it's the exact same thing, all 5. Maybe take a chance here.
Yeah.
To see, because they've got that 1-point lead. Now they can say, well, we can throw this one away.
Yeah.
Which was kind of being lost in paintball nowadays because it's only a race to 7. So there's no more that throw it away and learn. When it was like to 2 quarters, you'd be like, well, let's see if we can make it for the next game.
Yeah.
Well, that's gone now. So you need to get a lead for that.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. All right, about 15 seconds to go here. Let's see what sort of breakout X Factor brings. You're looking at the Boston Red Legion. There's Justin Rabikoff, one of the standout stars that we actually had a question. Again, you can go on PB Nation, ask some questions, and we'll try to answer them. You know, talking about who's the player of the year. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's Justin Rabikoff this year.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, but he's one of those guys that can have a breakout tournament. You know, he's an impact player.
Russians lose one on the break, kind of on the break. So does X Factor, but again, X Factor's right in that drill. Oh, no.
Oh, and Justin Rabikoff drawing a penalty, gets shot on top of his loader.
Potential player of the year gets a penalty.
Yeah, and here comes X Factor.
And they just gave it back.
And speaking of getting the band back together, they got Dixon Yang back out there again.
Whoa! Didn't he just get married?
Well, his wife let him out of his cage.
Yeah.
So Dixon Yang back on the field for X Factor, and
see how much a penalty can kill you right there. You lose a guy in the break, you get a penalty right away. It's just you just threw your two guys to the wolves right after that. You know, it looks to me, and obviously I've been out of it for a little bit, that Dorito looks like harder to make than it should. I mean, they're easier to make than it should be.
Been out of it for that long.
I know, but they're making that Dorito, and you'd think that there'd be a good lane. I bet you tomorrow that Dorito's a little harder to make.
Yeah. Well, we've been seeing guys make the snake one off the break, make the Dorito one off the break. We've definitely been seeing that happen. So that move is there.
Yeah.
We have been seeing guys get shot off the break. It's an interesting field on the break because you have that pin in the back, and you can't keep guys back there for very long. But we have seen guys triple up. Like Damage was doing a real good job of destroying London Nexus off the break. That was the story of that game. Was that Damage is just really, and actually that's what Damage is good at. Damage is really good at having that ability to shoot guys off the break. They did it against Dynasty in Jersey when they won, and I'm hoping that the other teams are watching that. But that being said, you got to get out of there.
You have to hit them on the break too.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's check out the breakout here.
2 wins, but also 2 losses. They beat CEP and Vicious in Jersey.
Oh, we're going to replay the ref round.
Yeah, but basically, that was just after the breakout. You're looking at the Russians right now, and they lose that player over there on the Dorito side, so just one player left from over there, and then trying to do damage control, and then they lose, and the penalty immediately after that was a really bad point for the Russians.
And I really think that guy going to the corner there behind Justin, I think he got bounced because he wasn't really playing. He was looking for a check, and you don't want to get the penalty.
Yeah.
So you're out of the game, and then J-Rab gets shot.
Yeah, you're out of the game for like 10 seconds.
So then you're out of the game anyways. It's like you're more pissed at J-Rab more now than because of that. You're like, I didn't even get to play.
And that's a frustrating penalty for him because you could see he felt it. He definitely felt it.
Looked right into that.
Yeah.
Going into this.
That's the thing, but being such a good team like the Russians, you want to get that penalty, you want to get it off the board. You want to get in the box as soon as it happens, get it annulled. Now it's 1-1. You're back to 0-0, and you'll sit him out again. You'll wait out again, I think.
Yeah. Got about 15 seconds to go here.
This is a different line right here than we saw. This is the third line.
Yeah, this is the hybrid line.
Because I don't think J-Rab was in the first one, but he's now here with Fedorov in the corner.
So again, it was a minor penalty, and the Russians lost that point, so that penalty comes off. Let's see if J-Rab can redeem himself here. You're looking at Mishka, J-Rab, Fedorov. Fedorov streaking out to that back corner on your screen. And Fedorov, barely makes it in. Look at Grayson Goff up in the center as they lose.
Alex Martinez there on the break.
Yeah, it was Alex Martinez.
Russians put 2 in the back little pin again. Now J-Rab fills out. That's where he's really good at getting good at it. It's just kind of, he just gets his back ripped to shreds.
Wow, Justin Rabikoff struggling so far for the Russians. They also lose Fedorov, so 2 of arguably the best players in the game right now coming off for the Russians.
Nice shot right there. The guy from the back center just smoked Colt in the face.
Oof.
When Colt could have won this game because there's nobody on this side.
Yeah, that's a big kill for them because now the snake is completely open. There's no one from either team.
Now it's like you're playing one of those drills. We're only playing this side of the field.
Totally.
Then the Russian guy, come on, baby. You can't do that. Mishka, I think one of the best players in the world, is back in that pin. That's not the best spot you want to be in.
And Mishka was the first superstar to come out of the Russians, and I think he's lost a little bit of his thunder, not on the field, but in the media, to guys like Justin, to guys like Fedorov. But he's still, on any given day, the best player out there.
But I think to guys like you and I, he hasn't lost a bit of thunder. In fact, he might have improved his thing because he doesn't care.
Yeah, and there's nothing he could do here as X Factor. They're going to take this point and go up 2-1 here against the Russians. But absolutely, and you've played with him in Europe before.
Yeah,
right?
I have, and
I remember
amazing.
You came back and you were just like, dude, you know who's amazing?
We played an indoor
Mishka's
in the dark,
amazing.
and he was just shooting. I couldn't see people, and he was shooting them, and he was like, "Davey, it's okay." I'm like, "Where are these people?" And I really. Then he got kicked out of the tournament right after that. But
what happened with that?
He's not very quick with the gun. He put a PSP board in a gun where you couldn't have a PSP board. Because I was like, man, you are shooting pretty fast too. That's pretty good in here.
Oh, look at the beard on Grayson Goff.
But just actually, I learned a lot just playing the weekend with him because then he would coach and helped out, and I was like, wow.
He's a master of the game, man. He's been playing at the top level now for 10 years.
It's his job.
Top level. Yeah, it's his job. He's been a professional paintball player, living in Moscow, training 5 days a week for 10 years now.
Usually people get burned out, but he just seems that, goes to work. He likes his job, and guys come and go on his team. He doesn't get attached to them.
Yeah. Let's check out this break right here. And you're looking at the Boston Red Legion again here on this break. And look at that. Fedorov ghosting out there and then tries to get in. I don't know if he got clipped there out in the open. And then doubling up that back center, and they try to get J-Rab out of there. And now opposite side of the field, you're looking at X Factor's breakout. Look at that great cross-field spread. Great aggression. They lose Alex Martinez off the break, though, but they still were able to get the job done, even though Colt Roberts got a little face shot.
The thing about Colt, the thing that's different between X Factor and the Russians, they're so different fundamentally, those two corner guys. Mm-hmm. See, Fedorov, you don't know where he's going because he's in that running gun stance. Colt's got his gun down. He's running. That's probably why Fedorov was like, I'm going to pull up here because I know my mirror is not running and gunning at me.
Yeah, and that's a very small little piece of knowledge that a lot of guys won't pick up on, is that body language is such a big part of this game, And when you look downfield and you see that happen, it's like, okay, Colt's in the three-point stance. Okay, well, I know where he's going.
I got an extra 2 seconds, I can be out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Because your biggest threat really running out there is because you're usually you're shooting at the center guys. Mm-hmm. Is your guy shooting at you because you're not defending him from that guy. Mm-hmm. You're defending it from the guy that just took a knee and is shooting right at you. So when you're running and shoot, you got to shoot at him.
Yes. All right, let's look at this breakout here. And you're looking at, that's X Factor on your screen in the blue and black. And now Kovar digging out.
Looks like a ball just broke off one of those X Factor guys. Yeah, he's in the corner trying to get a check. Oh, didn't break. It looked like it broke from here, but hey.
You know what they're doing? It's kind of like you were saying, is we're looking at now charging up the...
wow, he's going up the Dorito side hard.
Yeah, Dorito side for sure. He's not quite to the 50-yard line. Rolling his gun hard, though. And X Factor tight into their bunkers. Doesn't look like they want to make moves, Dave.
Well, with that guy in that spot of the field, they showed the snake guy. That's Fedorov struggling. Malloy is solid, too.
Yeah.
But X Factor in the head, that was Malloy.
Yeah, Malloy chalks up a kill.
Surprised you can see over that snake. Then Archie's in that Dorito.
He might be the shortest guy in the league. There's a chance.
He's like that little kid you see in the first day at walk-on where the gun is bigger than him. When he's holding it like that, the tank is almost above his head and the barrel's on the ground.
Well, it's funny, for a long time when the Russians first especially started picking up newer guys, we were just calling him Little Baby Russian because he's the smallest guy out there.
He's like 45 years old.
I try not to I don't really call him that anymore because he's such a great player. And
he's mean looking.
Yeah, he's like the bear hunter, he goes and hunts bears in the...
He doesn't really have a grasp of the English language, so he thinks you're talking crap about him the whole time. Yeah, he stares at you.
We did an interview with him not too long ago, and it was...
Bet you that was enthralling.
Yeah, it was it was a struggle, let me tell you.
Look at Archie. Archie's doing a good job of keeping Malloy out of that snake. Malloy's smart enough to know that Archie will shoot him if he tries to run across this gap.
Yeah, and look, Malloy wants to move. I mean, again, always look at their body language. Now you're looking at Grayson right now. Grayson doesn't want to move.
The key here.
Yeah.
I don't think Grayson should try to move.
No, I don't think he should either. He needs to
it's 2-on-1 over here
and get his machine gun out.
And that little Aztec is a lot safer. Oh, Malloy gets across. Those little things with X Factor are what... Those two aren't working together. Dorito won, and they're switching back and forth. It's like, hey, I've got Malloy. You go to work.
Well, talk to people at home about that. Now, is working together. Now, is that a thing you're going to develop in practice? Is that something you talk about during game plans? Like, talk the guys at home through something like that.
I think a lot of it gets caught up in is the adrenaline.
Yeah.
You can easily just lean over to your buddy and be like, hey, Archie, make sure he doesn't get in there. Yeah. But instead, it comes out in this screaming mess that no one has any idea, and the pit's yelling at you. Mm-hmm. Now the Russian gets into the 50 Dorito. So now Archie's going to have to figure out,
yeah, Archie,
go get him, Archie.
Archie wants to go get him.
I don't know if this guy can stop
Who's
Archie.
Shooting at Archie right now.
The guy in the little,
whatever
thing you want to call it. Now it's called a thing.
Does he even have, if he cuts in the inside, I was going to say, does he even have an angle on Archie? Now Archie,
I think
Archie wants to
that's
go
a good move. He forced that guy's hand. They're going to have to battle.
And you can see very top hand portion of your screen, like dead center top hand. You can see Archie.
Oh, look at this. They're just letting Malloy come down the field. Bye-bye, Archie.
Yeah. Smoked down. Malloy smokes Archie down.
Miscommunication. Whoever that is in the tower for X Factor, just let Malloy come down here and shoot Archie in the back.
I think that's either Todd Morrow.
And then just gets shot.
And then Todd Morrow ends up getting smoked by Britnikoff, and now Malloy is just retreating. I don't know what that was.
He survived that.
Wow, I don't know how Grayson did not
put
it
on
his back.
Look at this. X Factor guy's going all the way down the field.
Oh, wow. It's Brett Cohen just...
But he got a red. But he got a red.
Oh, sorry, Ryan Cohen.
Ryan Cohen's dead. This penalty, Ryan Cohen's dead.
Is he?
They're throwing a red flag here. They're not pulling anybody.
So Ryan Cohen...
Who's the penalty on?
Ryko is... I don't know, but...
They threw a penalty on Grayson, and there's nobody left. They're not pulling.
And the referee is screaming.
Run your lazy butt down there.
Yeah, he's screaming to get the referee to pull out Ryan Cohen. Finally, Ryko gets taken out.
I don't know if you can hear the frustration in my voice, but that is to a player.
I think we can tell.
No ends, just laziness on that ref's part. If you throw a red, and you can obviously count to 5, I hope, you can figure out that you didn't pull anybody, and there's a guy from X Factor standing on the other
just blazing down the field.
There's technology called walkie-talkies. They're all holding them. Be like, he's dead.
Yeah, and he was literally like jumping and pointing, screaming into his.
Instead of just running, it's a 30-yard run.
Yeah. So a little chaos out there. What happened was Ryan Cohen, huge move. Huge, awesome job. Great job. He didn't know that his boy got a penalty.
No.
You know, that's not. He didn't do anything wrong.
He came from corner to corner.
Yeah, corner to corner. So, props to Ryan Cohen. Who, again, that's why X Factor can be dangerous, because they have guys like Ryan Cohen that can make moves like that. Let's check out this replay real quick. Now you're looking at Britnikoff. He's in the 50-yard line snake pass, actually, and he's shooting, just destroys Archie.
And what happened there was that they just got off him. Todd got off him.
Yeah.
Let him go all the way to the 50.
And look at this. He makes this move here. He tries to get a shot on Grayson, dives back in, and then realizes, oh, my God, I'm in a really bad spot. Retreats. I don't know how he didn't get shot.
No one over 4 foot wouldn't have got shot there.
Yeah.
My big butt would have got blown to pieces.
Yeah.
But that's the discipline they have. I would have committed to that. I would have went all the way.
And there was that flag that we just saw. And look at that. Britnikoff is going nuclear. He's going Chernobyl.
Because he can count to 5 in Russian,
right now.
probably. He knows that there's 5. There's 1 missing.
And then and you can see, look, the referees, though a red was called, and he was trying to make a call. Now the referee's jumping up and down trying, because I think he realized, okay, I think that's what happened. He didn't think that, because that was a crazy move.
Right, he didn't think he survived it.
So he didn't think he survived it, and he finally realized, oh my God, Ryan's still alive. So good job by Ryan, good job by Britnikoff, but the point is going to go to the referees.
I would say even to a point, it was a good job by Grayson, except for the penalty, because he did the right thing. He stayed in there alive. It was Todd and Archie that really let him down.
I agree. And it's tough for Archie, because I would actually say it's Todd, because Archie was trying to do work over there, and what can he do? It's Todd that either needs to pick that up or let Archie know that he's now going to get shot in the side if he doesn't giddy up down the field.
I mean, they had 3-on-2 over there, because they had Cohen in the back corner still.
Yeah.
Either he was just hiding back there, but what's Todd?
Well, he's not very big either.
Yeah. Put them two together, they don't make 7 foot.
He's Britnikoff's size as well, maybe a little taller. But yeah, so
they start with a penalty here.
Very chaotic point. Major against X Factor. They got 1 minute 19 seconds left on that. 9:28 left on the clock, and we're all tied up at 2 apiece.
The clock's a little off. It went to 0, then went off.
You're looking at, that's Colt Roberts on your screen right now for X Factor, digging out to that back corner and rolling his gun down the line. And it looks like 5 players alive for the Russians as they have.
Mishka is just running down the other side. Shot the back center guy.
Yeah, Mishka just unabated, just streaking down that Dorito side.
2 on 5 is going to be a problem when you play the Russians. 2 on 5 is bad if you play anybody like Chattanooga.
Yeah, and he's got Pantilev right behind him.
Fedorov's not even in a bunker.
And Kirill, the Russians look dominant right now. Yeah, Fedorov's just standing out in the open, blazing away.
I like to call Kirill the guy from Blade 2. He looks just like that guy.
He does look like that guy.
He has a hooded sweatshirt on, and he scares the crap out of me.
Kirill's good, man.
He's good. Just scary looking.
So nice job by the Russians to score a quick point, steal that momentum back. Anytime you have a really chaotic quick point like that, you want to come out and make a statement, and they just made a statement.
And you want to save that penalty time. The red keeps that penalty clock up there.
Yeah, there's still 33 seconds on the power play.
So now you're in your worst situation. You're behind the Russians. You're down a body. And you still have the guy in, so you're down for probably maybe 2 more points. If the Russians can win this point fast enough, they can get another breakout. With that little pin back there is going to cause a heck of a lot of problems trying to come out of the penalty box into the pin. Yeah, so let's check this out here. Now you look, that's Fedorov right there. We just saw his profile pick, and he's again just out in the open. And then see when you're looking at this, you're like, he's out in the open. But what he's doing is he's just the bunkers only exist to hide you to put between you and the paintballs. When we teach clinics, we say that all the time. So that's a smart move by Fedorov. He's not looking at a lot of bodies, and then he sees the opening, streaks downfild. So saw the blood in the water and just went.
Yeah, starts sharking down
Everybody
the field.
looks like the player of the year when it's 2 on 5.
Yeah, totally. That's kidding me. That's my favorite time to play.
Go get him.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing worse than running to get somebody who's 2 on 5 and the guy blowing you to pieces. The only guy he sees coming is you.
Yeah, exactly.
You had to look this way.
Well, that's when you get to put that half dozen in his side, Yeah.
Or miscounting and running to get one guy and there's another guy just pops up.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's when you're like, what? Hey, where'd that guy come from?
Then you start blaming people. Why did you tell me he was in there?
You used to always have that spin. You'd run down the field to get shot and be like, turn around and do, what was that? What's going on?
It's the ref's fault. You should have pulled him on general principle. You saw me running. It takes a lot to get this body moving. You got to pull him.
And I have 200 pounds, son.
I started way back there to get going to the top speed.
All right, so we got ourselves a 3-2 match. It's a very close game here. 8 minutes and 42 seconds left.
If I was X Factor, I'd call a timeout right now. I'd burn my timeout. They don't look like they're ready. There's 4, 3, and they're not barely getting ready.
Yeah, and they're switching their gun positions too. And now Colt Roberts running
on
out.
his back. He's hitting the back.
Oh, looks like Archie might have caught one. No, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Colt is hitting the back of his pack.
Well, he's in there like he ain't hit. And the Russians have, looks like 4 alive. Looks like the Russians got a major or a minor penalty.
And they lost. That was Malloy called himself out there. The ref had no idea.
Yeah, so Malloy's going to come off. Justin Rabikoff in that back corner, only player on the snake side
3
of
on
the field
4
for the Russians. Yeah, it's tough.
So the Russians need to grind this minor down. Oh, X Factor got the penalty out, so now it's 5 on 3.
So X Factor in the driver's seat right now. They don't really have good field position.
No,
though.
but they got 15 seconds. He gets back to 5 on 4. So they're gonna need. And Malloy needs to get the heck out of the way because the guy's coming out of the netting.
Yeah, so the Russians about to make this a 4-on-4 game.
Oh, Colt just takes it in the goggle. God. 3, 2. It's about to be 4-on-4 right now. So he can get out of here.
Another bad death, Colt Roberts.
Oh, and the Russian guy dies going into 1 right then.
And Colt's traditionally a pretty consistent player. You know, you know what you're going to get out of Colt most times.
I think he knew the guy was coming out of the box and was trying to get up there. He just mistimed the clock.
Okay.
I mean, to shoot for 5 seconds is a long time, you know. It's like to get up in the open for 5 seconds, that's like a mile.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like a lot when we're standing up here. When you're playing, it's an eternity.
People are screaming at you, he's coming out in 5. Yeah, that's a long time from now. Give me 2.
Yeah. Let me know when he's coming out.
I mean, they're both just, that's a mistake.
So now the Russians making moves over here. Matt Blonsky into Snake 1.
So we got, on these cold days, there's balls breaking all over the bunkers. It looks like everybody's getting hit.
Yeah. I was about to say I think it might be warming up, but no, it's not.
I wonder if the shadows are playing any tricks with people, too. The sun's got to be in someone's eyes.
The sun was pretty brutal for that last matchup.
Right.
And it's getting a little bit better, but you're still, if you're on, look at on your screen right now. See those long shadows? The sun still has yet to get up high yet enough, so you're still looking into that glare. And X Factor right now is going to have to battle through that.
If you're a crafty old veteran like myself, if that long shadow's not long enough, you can see which way the guy in the bunker is looking.
Oh, yeah. We used to play,
you can see the shadow. Yeah. Like, especially when the guy's playing the pin.
Hey man, use everything you got out there. It's a gnarly fight.
I used to use chrome lenses the cameramen were wearing.
Yeah.
Looking right in look right into those mirrors. Especially if you're in the snake, that's the best way, kids.
It's like we always used to say, old age and treachery will overcome youth and skill every time.
No ref wants to get shot, so he's moving out of the way, too. That's the best way to know that you're about to get bunkered. The ref will start kind of peeling out of the way. You're like, here he comes.
Yeah, and all you young kids out there should be taking notes on what Davey's saying because, again, use everything at your disposal to get the
look at this. Dusty is trying. Is that Dusty?
Yeah.
See, Archie's going to go get him.
So Archie and Dusty here lined up.
I don't know if he can come get him. He's small enough he can get behind that put that little brick between him. It's going to be a trade out.
Oh, look at this. Dusty getting taken out of that back bunker. It's bad death for Dusty back there.
Yeah, we're looking at the yin and the yang here. Very disciplined. X Factor not so disciplined.
Yeah.
Like that Aztec would have been good enough. One bump over, one bump at a time.
Small bites, man.
Yeah. Now he left Archie out here. This guy should go inside. Put the Dorito guy in and go inside.
Run the highway.
Yeah.
And in case you're just tuning in, you're watching Russia, Boston Red Legion taking on San Antonio X Factor. The score 3-2.
See that? I think that's Matt Blonsky right there in front of us in the snake.
Yeah, Matt
He
Blonsky.
came out of the penalty box. He looks a little kind of just lost. Like what? I haven't been here all practice. What am I supposed to be doing here?
Yeah, he's shooting at the back insert bunker. Oh, did he get him? Nice job, Archie. And he was able to get him. Nice job by Archie. It's a crafty move. Barely comes out all the way by the sideline.
Watch J-Rab play the snake. Who plays the snake all the time? It'll be a lot tighter.
So yeah.
Oh no, but it's 2-on.
2-on-2.
Don't go get. Oh god. Oh.
Look at that. That was Devin Odell. Look at that. Nice job by Devin.
J-Rab screaming that he hit him.
Oh, and then J-Rab gets taken out as well, and a major penalty. So look at this, Davey.
Yeah.
But there's still going to be one player left alive, though.
But you still have to start with that. Don't hang it, Archie. Don't hang it, Archie.
If Archie.
Oh.
So Archie hangs it and saw that major penalty assessed. So Dixon Yang would have got pulled, but Archie's going to hang it. So now that the point's probably going to be negated.
Well, I think you get the point, but you still start with you could have let some time run off your penalty.
And that was on it.
Before the Russians would have figured out what had happened, he
Yeah,
could
that's
have
true.
grinded about probably 20 seconds
Yeah,
there.
and so they should get the point.
Because there's
which
one going to
is-
be a left.
There'll be one guy left alive, so they won't get the hang.
Right.
But he could have burnt off maybe
Wow.
10 seconds off that penalty, and 10 seconds again, like we talked about, is an eternity, especially in a 3-3 match
Yeah.
with 4 minutes left.
If you were really crafty, if you were the ref and you really wanted to screw him, you could have pulled Archie on the penalty.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Right, let's look at this move by Archie Montemayor. Look at this, all the way out to the sidelines, smokes Matt Blonsky's leg. Nice job by Archie, very crafty move there.
See, I
And-
think someone from the sideline had to tell Archie what he was doing, because there's no way he knew he was just sitting there.
well, that's,
Which is honestly smart enough for Archie to listen to that, comprehend it, and know how to figure the problem
because
out.
you know how it is, man.
Yeah.
Every time you get in a snake over there, it's just like this Byzantine labyrinth of noises
Someone
coming
just
from the
throwing up
sidelines.
vocabulary on you.
Yeah, it just
And then you got the counter coaching people telling you, you're like,
you have no idea sometimes what's going on, but that's the composure. You know, Archie, if you could say one of his greatest assets as a player, he's a very composed player. You played with Archie for a
Yeah.
while on Dynasty. He's a very composed player. Doesn't freak out when things start to go crazy, and
he's
that's
a,
one
he's
of
a
his
good
assets.
fill-in guy because he kind of surveys, takes a risk assessment going into the thing. He's not going to go bunker that guy right away. Like most guys would have got up and ran and bunkered him.
Yeah, he's very good at reading the field
Yeah.
and assessing what he needs to do and do it at that moment.
See, this is now the X Factor's taking a timeout. You just tied the game, got your momentum back, got a penalty. Now this is where you let it run. Let them be a little confused. Instead, I kind of don't like the way they're coaching this, But maybe they have a gun problem in there. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're up here and they're down there, but that's our job.
Yeah.
Is to
Analyze.
analyze and try to figure out what should happen, what shouldn't happen.
Maybe they're trying to get their best 5 out there or 4 out there to play this penalty down. Hopefully there's been enough coaching, enough time that they figured out what they do when you have a penalty to counteract that on the break. Key run right now will be getting to your spots.
Yeah.
Because you got to grind off, what is there, 4 minutes in the game. Half of that's going to have a penalty on it.
Yep.
So if you're only going to get to play if you can survive till 2 minutes and 30 seconds with 5 guys.
Really, really frustrating time if you're the coach X Factor, because you're like, look, man, stop getting these penalties. Now we're, again, like you just said, really, really bad situation. You have to play down a body for half of the time that's left on this clock against the Russians, who are great on the power play. So, let's see who they put out there. They got Ryan Cohen, Colt Roberts, and it looks like I think can't see it in the netting. It looks like might be
I wouldn't put
Odell.
Odell out there right now at all. They've got you. Haven't they got both penalties?
Devin had a great move.
Right. Didn't he get to the penalty?
I think got penalty, but then Dusty's been getting shot.
Yeah. So great guys,
and great players most of the time. So they sent Dusty Odell out there. But hey, man, that's one of those things. A lot of times it's like, okay, well, you got a great guy like Dusty. Dusty's a great player. So do you let him get another spin and be like, hey, go get us a point, dude?
It's like if you're hitting a slump in baseball. Do you let it keep hitting?
Yeah.
Because the only way he's getting out of that is hitting.
Yeah. I mean, if Pujols is slumping a little bit, you still want his bat in there.
The problem is that Pujols doesn't race to 7.
Yeah.
Pujols gets 162 games to fix his problem.
Truth.
And what's X Factor right now? What are they? 1-1?
Yeah, they're 1-1.
So losing this could be a problem.
They did win they had a big win though when they beat the brakes off of Chattanooga.
But they lost by
7-0.
5 to Tampa.
Yeah.
So you're what are they? +2?
Yeah. They need this win, and they need as many points as possible. But they're playing Boston, man. They're playing the Russians.
Do they still give you the overtime point?
I think so. Yeah.
So your goal right now, if you can't get this penalty down, is to try and go to overtime if you can't win this game.
Oh, absolutely.
Because then you can get in the tiebreaker.
Yeah, which is huge, especially
Colt
this
Roberts
year.
runs and shoots this time.
And makes it out alive.
Yeah. They bounce Fedorov and shoot the corner guy. Told you. Corner guys. Oh, and his back. 2 Russian guys are dead.
Oh, so Blonsky and Fedorov. Fedorov's struggling this game.
Yeah, Fedorov,
a little bit.
Hilarious. He comes over to the netting like the guy on the sideline is going to tell you something you shouldn't know. You're on the field. You're better than that guy. You should know what the heck is going on. If somebody on the sideline tells you something you don't know, you should switch spots with that guy.
Yeah.
Because really, what's that guy going to sit there smoking cigarettes? You're in there living it.
Yeah. So, regardless, there's no one on the snake side for the Russians right now.
But X Factor's doing a good job of. They blew the horn. The Russians blew the horn
to conserve the penalty.
Yeah, I was going to say the X Factor do not move.
That's an interesting call, though, because you have a situation where you're giving. That's like walking in. That's like intentionally walking in the winning run. I would say
it's more like giving up a safety with a minute left and hoping you can score a field goal or something like that.
That's a good analogy. Yeah, definitely. It's
it's strategic.
It's a risky play.
Yeah.
It's risky. But the Russians obviously very confident in their ability. We'll get to that in a second. Let's check out this replay first. All right, so you're looking at the Russian line here on the break. Now they're streaking. That's Blonsky breaking out to that back corner. He gets clipped. So referee's going to get in here, take him out. Now Fedorov's going to realize, okay, lost that guy. Now I'm going to get out. Boom. He gets clipped too. And then, like you said, kind of looks towards the sidelines. But
well, Fedorov just made the mistake there, instantly running into the same lane the guy just shot your buddy from. He didn't know he hit him yet.
Yeah.
He's still shooting over there, and you run right into it. So the guy gets a 2-for-1. The second one's just kind of pure luck.
Yeah. So the score 4-3 in favor of X Factors. This would be a huge win for them. But they got 1 minute and 23 seconds left on that penalty.
I think the Russians wouldn't have blown that horn if they had a guy on the snake side.
I agree.
See, they had nobody on this half of the field. They know that X Factor could have came down.
Yeah.
They could have ended. He goes in the snake here, and you're going to lose 1.5 minutes trying to get him out of there.
Yep.
So, good coaching by the Russians there. See if it pays off.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a good call. I mean, it's a risky play. It's strategic.
Yeah.
They obviously have, again, it's 4 minutes left, so there's definitely time left.
Russians are going to call a timeout for sure.
Timeout, Russia.
Yeah, smoke. Yeah, ice them down.
There's nobody on the field. Like, when was the last time you saw Russians with nobody on the field 10 seconds? They're not the kind of team that scrambles out there.
No. Yeah, their coaching style is very efficient.
Yeah.
And very well thought out.
They're like little machines running out there.
Yeah. So, Davey, how's it feel to be, back out here? I know you got a new gig. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Working for Valken, doing the West Coast operations, so back into sales of paintball, and it's good to see all your friends again.
Can't stay away, can you?
It's got, like my old boss said, you got your PhD in paintball. Go back to it.
It's true, man.
I like it. The good thing about paintball, there's a lot of good people in it.
Yes.
You get relationships built over 15 years. It's pretty, it's a friendly environment if you're a friendly person in the industry. I'm not a friendly, so I'm halfway in there.
Well, you're mostly friendly.
I'm easily forgotten. I guarantee a lot of kids out there, though. So.
Well, you've been doing this since, pretty much, me and Davey came up together. I've known Davey since we were, 11?
Something like that.
Yeah.
The wheels have fallen off, yes, Pat. My body feels like I'm in a car accident every morning.
Well, that's what happens when you've been throwing your body. Plus, back in the day, we
didn't get these luxury plush grass.
Yeah, this plush grass that everyone gets to play on now. We were playing at Rich Telford's concrete
the same
jungle.
persona going, hey, you two kids, see those roots?
We're
I need you
playing
to dive into those things.
Yeah, eight little kids, fast 19-year-olds. I want you to run up over this hill, dive into this sagebrush and stinging nettle, slide down the hill, and don't go into the creek. Avoid the rock. Don't go into the creek.
Yeah. And it was like, can I get a knee pad? No, we can't afford to get you knee pads. Now it's like everybody gives everybody the hot guy in the moment gets everything.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, he's on a different team.
Playing on turf, playing on nice grass.
I'll tell you what, if I could have played at the best facility was the All-Americans facility.
Oh
if I could have played on that thing all the time, I'd have played for 50 years.
Yeah.
It's amazing how bad those guys were with such a facility they had.
How's your finger doing these days? Davey has this finger that's
crooked.
permanently made into a V shape.
Before I came back into paintball,
scars of the game.
I was in the real world, and people would look at it. I could see them looking at it like, what's wrong with this guy?
Like, were you a fighter? What happened to you? All right, here we go. So, X Factor up 1 point right now against Boston. And let's see what happens here on the power play. Heavy guns up for the Russians. 3 guns up off the break. Oh.
J-Rab struggling.
Yeah, J-Rab just not having a game over here. So let's see if the Russians can get it done here and tie this up.
X Factor is in lockout mode. You can see it.
As well they should be. Because basically, time is not the Russians' friend right now.
No, Archie is just across the field. Colt is just shooting at a spot. He's not even shooting at a person.
This is when you carry an extra pot out, roll your gun.
Yeah.
Maybe an extra 2 pots.
Dusty is just going through paint.
Yeah, this could be a really interesting point, too. Because
3 minutes. They can't blow the horn this time.
No, they can't.
They got 45 seconds on that clock.
No, it's ride or die time right now for the Russians.
The Russians are going to have to do something. Someone's going to have to force an issue. Or at least if you're going to force an issue, then you force your coaches to blow the horn and play 5-on-5 again.
Yeah.
But you can't sit back here and let time expire and you lose the game. Oh, there we go.
Oh, and
now there's nobody wider than Dusty out there.
That was Ryan Cohen getting shot out of his bunker. It's a real bad death for him.
Now Archie's the only one stopping them coming down that side.
This is the last. This is the last sec. I mean, you do not want to die in your bunker right now.
This is a problem.
You do not want to die in your bunker right now.
This guy's going to wrap into 3-1, put Archie in. Archie's going to be in a tough spot here. Hold these 2 guys off.
Oh, Britnikov streaking out to the back corner.
He makes it. No, he made it. He got the twirly sign from Fish.
So right now, you're looking at X Factor's lineup on your screen, and the score up there, it's 4-3.
They're going to be playing 4-on-4 here in a second. 1 second. There he is.
Does he make it out alive? Oh, struggles to get out. And
Don't get a penalty.
Devin Odell gets
Don't
shot.
get a penalty.
So Devin Odell gets clipped trying to make it out of the penalty box.
What
Now,
is,
here come
what
the
is he doing?
Russians.
He's running around like there's
Look
nobody
at
on the
this.
field.
Fedorov streaking up the center of the field.
There's a guy, Colt, big move there. Colt, huge move in the snake. They don't know he's in there.
Yeah, they do not know that
Well,
Colt Roberts is snake. He's going to have to
blow
do work,
this guy
though.
to pieces,
He's
Colt.
going to have to do work. So Colt Roberts.
Archie's dead. Dusty's dead. Dusty's hitting the back. He needs
Colt
to stop.
Roberts chopping people down, though. Gets one. Let's see if he can take Fedorov out. Fedorov able to make it into the 50-yard line. Dorito, they still don't know he's in here.
I think that Dusty is hitting the pack.
There's only two
If
bodies.
he goes in there, there's a penalty.
There's only 2 bodies left on the field right now for X Factor Davey, and they're looking at 3 Russians. And yeah, it was a very good move by Colt Roberts to get here into Snake 1. Again, it's all about
And Dusty
that time.
dove across there to stop the bleeding over on that side. There he goes. So that's over. They're going to just feast on Colt here. Don't be stupid, Colt. Blow the horn if you're X Factor. This is where you blow the horn.
Yeah, and Colt's going to get taken out. Now they just need to blow that horn
Blow
to
the
conserve
horn.
the time.
Well, I don't say blow the horn to conserve the time. I say blow the horn to make sure your player doesn't get a penalty. He's living in the moment.
Yeah, that's
If he does
true.
something stupid, you're going to play this last minute.
Yeah, but with the time, it's like, okay, well, do you want... Well, we're talking 10 seconds, but that's a lot. Because you got to ask yourself, okay, now we're tied up. So are they going to come out with a point to try, or come out with a plan to try to win, or are they going to come out with a plan to try to tie and take it in overtime?
This is where you need to put your 5 smartest guys on the field.
Yeah.
Because they need to realize
Truth.
in the first 5 seconds of this point, your question is answered. You can't answer this question before you go out there.
Oh, and we always talk about
Yeah.
that. In a point like this, we're going to know how quick this is going to go on the breakout.
Yeah, if we lose 1, they lose 1, we're playing.
Well, let's look at this break. We're looking at that Devin Odell trying to get out of the penalty box. He got clipped, and you look at the lineup, and if he had made it out alive, I mean, I would have ventured to say there's a really good chance X Factor's winning this game, But he got clipped. Nothing he could do. I mean, you can only try to get out, and then now you're looking at the very last part of that point, and or that's the end. So yeah, it's all you really could do, though. It was a smart point by the Russians. And it's like Ryko, man. Stay alive in your bunker, kid.
That's a big bunker, too.
Yeah, and he's a little guy, so
you look at that. Him and Archie could have looked at each other, and no one could have came.
No, yeah, and if he was alive, that's one more guy they got to shoot at, and
Right.
maybe Devin gets out alive.
Archie also, there's nothing worse than being in that bunker when you know the guy made the Dorito. You know you're going to die. Like you messed up because he got past you,
Yep.
and now he's going to shoot you.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh no. Just shoot it. Please shoot him in the gun. Please shoot him in the gun when he comes out, or at least trade out or something.
God shoot him. I don't know. Something happened.
Let his gun go down.
Yeah.
But he's just
it's cold. I hope he's shattered in paint.
It'd be cool if they had clear bunkers. You could see him gathering himself. Like, okay, I'm gonna shoot him now.
Yeah.
Got by him. I'm gonna shoot him now.
All right, so 15 seconds to go, and like Davey was saying, we will know in the first few seconds of this point how quick it's going to go.
I want to know if Colt Roberts is going to run and shoot to this corner because he's been successful, and now he's going to put his gun down and just run to it.
All right, we're going to find out right now. You're looking at that's Colt Roberts down in his stance. He's got Archie, Odell, and he just runs out there and goes to the insert bunker. He doesn't go to the corner. 5 bodies left alive for the Russians, and they lose Devin Odell out of that back center for X Factor. So 4 bodies
Nothing
left
against
alive.
Devin, but Devin shouldn't be in your back center on your 4-on-4 game.
You've played with Devin a
Yeah,
lot.
and he shouldn't be the guy back there. This ref is taking Colt out pretty well.
Colt made it into Snake 1. Oh, he might have got clipped. Oh, all the way past.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
See, this is what, ref, get him out of there.
Oh, look at this, though. Penalty on the Russians. Oh, no. I thought he was going for the box for a second.
Yeah.
And Fedorov's out in the middle of the open, so lots of wiling out for the Russians right now.
Hold for 45 seconds if you're X Factor. You got to hold. Archie again, look, he's let that.
They got 3 bodies alive, and he guns up right now.
Mishka put him in. Mishka put Archie in.
Yeah, and Archie's in that little cake, man. That's a really hard bunker to try to gunfight out.
Archie's in deep doo-doo here, folks.
Fedorov gets clipped by
Dusty
Odell. Nice job by Dusty, but here comes Mishka hunting in the center.
Oh, he just rips Dusty. And they're old teammates from Europe, too. Archie must have died. I didn't see Archie die, but it's over.
So Mishka, just like we were talking about.
Cohen tries to do that run again.
Yeah, Mishka.
He went to the well one too many times there.
Yeah. So Mishka getting
So now,
into the
don't
line.
hang it until... Oh, they blew the horn. X Factor blew the horn. So get out of there. Don't even get checked.
Wow, devastating loss for X Factor.
I think that was bad game planning on my part. I love Devin, but you don't put Devin in the back center. It's like you got to have somebody back there.
Yeah, Devin's an aggressive guy.
He's an aggressive guy.
Yeah, send him to one of the stand-ups on the Dorito side of the field. That's what he does.
It's like Infamous has Travis Lemansky back there. You know.
Yeah, I'd put his brother back there. I
Dusty,
think Dusty is a more methodical player than Devin and is a heavier gun.
Well, I think what they tried to do was they assumed you were going to make that tower, and that's where the more methodical lockdown had to come from Dusty.
Very true. I get that's a smart move.
So they put Archie in this, and they put Dusty over there. Those are probably the two best
and
lockdown
then also
players.
thinking probably Devin's going to get out of there, you know,
right.
so and then he'll get mobile.
I think they just don't have one more guy like that.
That's yeah.
Like, you know, they don't trust an Alex to go out there and
Yeah,
do
well,
it.
let's look at that breakout right here, Davey. So you're looking at X Factor. Boom, they get Colt Roberts. Almost overslides that bunker, but then Devin gets shot out of that back center. I couldn't tell if he got shot on the break or out of that bunker.
He looked like, because there was a Russian guy filling right there, so he got shot by a guy that's played in the dead and then filled out, which is the worst time.
I think that was Fedorov out there on that one side. On the snake
no,
side.
I think it was Mishka, because then he went into that tower, into that can.
Yeah, it could have been Mishka.
Who, to getting shot by Mishka is no discredit to yourself, because
No, I mean,
but
it's phenomenal.
in that situation, you need to be kneeling down and have your butt sucked into that back spot. You know, that's, you know, Rich would always say, suck in.
Yeah.
Right now, we'll play for a minute.
Yeah, stay alive for a minute.
Yeah. Don't even shoot anybody. Just don't let them shoot you.
Shoot where they're going to go.
Yeah.
You don't even need, at that point, if you're out there, you're listening, you do not need to engage with the guy.
No.
Engage where he's going to go.
That's a
Shoot
long
it-
way
yeah.
to your flag station.
Yeah, it's a long way. So there's only 13 seconds left. Now they're only down a point, and points have been scored in 13 seconds. So
against the Russians, I doubt this is highly going to happen. That's a penalty. A penalty that a ref can pull fast enough. That's what's got to happen, too. It's got to be assessed fast enough. Now, a red will end it.
yeah, a red will end it. Well, we'll see. I mean, this is
All the Russians are running. No. Oh, no, they all changed.
so the Russians heavy guns, and here comes X Factors. They're trying to.
You ever notice you always make it to the far spot?
Look at this stunt move. I don't know why he did that.
Yeah, you don't get any points. This is not 5-man. You don't get any points for pulling the flag. But you ever notice, like, those points where you just run crazily? Everybody makes it.
Why does that always work?
You know, you're
He
like,
made it all the way to the flag.
why don't we run there every time
Yeah.
if we all make it every time?
Like, right. I think it was either no, it was Ryko. Yeah, so Ryan Cohen makes it all the way to the flag and almost makes it into.
He
the
definitely was on their
40-yard
side
line
before.
snake side. Before he got destroyed. But I don't know why he didn't just cut the center. I don't know why he ran out that way. But regardless, I mean, you know, a couple seconds left. What are you going to do?
Well, good thing. The positives right there for X Factor is your point spread. You only lost by 1.
Yeah.
So you're still +1.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's check out this replay real quick. And look at that. That's Ryko making his move. Nice. He runs directly at the A, and then boom. And look at that. He made it almost into the snake. Almost into the Russian side of the snake. But, you know, again, not enough time. And good job by the Russians. A very hard-fought battle by both of those teams. So you got to give it up to X Factor. You know, I mean, it was a great game. They played a really good team. And again, for the future, I really think X Factor could be a force to be reckoned with. But the win.
Team like X Factor's future is so volatile, though, because you don't know where they're at.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we'll be right back after a few moments. Do not go anywhere. We got Tampa Bay Damage taking on Chattanooga CEP. I'm Matty Martin with Davey Williamson. We'll be right back.